7-yard line. That's a great call, too. Blake Baker, Plummer will put it up, throws over the middle. Touchdown. Great flag. That's a way to
traffic going. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down, he scored.
From behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. But a downfield, they won't get it. Wow!
Edwards pulls off and buries the flag.
Richardson tries, out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt three right on the money.
Daniels takes his shot for Darby.
What is up, all? I'm out and about. Mobile Pitchfork lunch today. I am Michael Caratino at Diablo00. So if you hear the sounds of noise in nature, you'll still be able to hear me, though. That's all I know. So we will keep it rocking here on Pitchfork lunch. But it is Wednesday, a.k.a. Mike. What day is it? Hump day. Woo, woo. That's for Mama. As you guys always know, it's my mom's favorite commercial with the name her and my dad gave me in it. So nonetheless, we are rolling though again. It is Wednesday and a lot going on in Sun Devil country, but I am Michael Caratino at Diablos00. At Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. Check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also, you can go to my IG. I know, yes, I do remind you guys of that a lot, but you can go to the good old IG and check it out at michael.caratinudo.5. Yes, you guys do know that. They're also YouTube guys. Go to YouTube, watch live on YouTube. Go to YouTube and subscribe. And, watch live again. You see my name, Michael Carrison, with the pages at M is in Michael, B is in Victory, C is in Champ, 005 at MBC 005 on YouTube, and subscribe. As, again, you missed a lot of controversies. You missed a hell of a one yesterday with Barrett honors student and Sun Devil starting corner, Heath Abney. The second was on with us, so you missed that. But again, that's why the shows are on YouTube. And this guy, that's I came to a awesome spot. Which again, if things keep rolling, you will know which spot. But or as things keep rolling, you know which spot. He came out here to support and be loud. But anyway, we had Keith Abney Jr. on, and again, just so awesome to catch up with him after spring ball, after last season. And man, you hear Coach Ward, Coach Dillingham talked about it. One of the smartest guys. Obviously, you're in the Barrett Honors College, and yeah, he's going to get a little R&R after he's done with classes this week. Gets to go home. His mom getting her PhD. So you missed that, but again, you can go to YouTube, subscribe, and guess what? You can go back, binge watch season 1 as we're tailing into, the final stretch of season 2 and all you've seen from season 2, but then you can binge watch season 2. And from that, right, from season 2, then you can be all caught up when we start season 3. So you'll be ready with storylines and everything with all sports going on. So that in and of itself is awesome. Sun Devils all around all around. But again, go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Carritenuto, but it's at M is in Michael, V is in Victory, C is in Champ, 005 at MVC 005 on YouTube, and subscribe away, my friends. And you guys also know that you can listen to Pitchfork Lunch on the greatest internet radio station on the web, the Casual Sports Radio Network. You go to www.ksrnaz.com. Page will open up. Click listen live. Hit play. Bam. Pitchfork Lunch Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Like I've told you guys, Casual E inviting Pitchfork Lunch into the family, into the KSRN family, as he wanted more Sun Devil content. So that being said, again, can't complain about that. That being said, it's, again, so stoked to be a part of the KSRN family. And again, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. All you got to do is go to www.ksrnaz.com, click listen live, hit play. There you go. And the best part is, you can stream it through your Bluetooth in your car, right? So you're driving around. Of course, I want you to watch, as you guys know, but don't watch and drive. I know you're Sun Devils. You're smarter than those people that went to that school down south. So unless they are now going to the beautiful cathedral in Tempe. But nonetheless, I know you're smarter than that. So again, stream it through your Bluetooth, listen, you're going to meet your friends for lunch, all that good stuff. Hey, you get there, you can still listen or just watch. But again, making it simple. And Pitchfork Lunch is all around the world, obviously on the, like I said, greatest internet radio station on the web. And subscribe to the KSRN socials, guys. I told you, if you want to keep up with the Suns, Diamondbacks, Mercury, Cardinals, obviously. You want to keep up with all of them, well, guess what? Subscribe to the socials. Casual E has you covered when it comes to all that. So not just Pitchfork Lunch. He gets you up to do. He gets you, make sure you're up to date on what's going down around in Sun Devil Nation. Obviously, with postseason, for women's tennis, 37th straight year in the tournament, absolutely phenomenal. Golf, obviously, postseason coming up, men's and women's coming up, and with as good as those two programs have done, absolutely awesome. So, yeah, keeping up with all of it right there. But, yeah, I mean, again, we got you covered on the Casual Sports Radio Network. Sun Devil, Pitchfork Lunch, all around the world, as it should be, right? Forks up to that, my Pitchfork Lunchers. But yes, let's get into it. Obviously, baseball had a game last night. As you guys know, we talked about it as they were playing Long Beach State. And they have another one tonight, right? I know you didn't forget. Come on, I reminded you. You guys know this. Long Beach State out of the Big West, as I told you yesterday. And for the Devils, an 11-1 win in 8 innings. Yes, they are playing again tonight. So 10-run rule into effect. Again, they agree on it before the game. But 11-1, another offensive explosion for the Devils. And like I said, Long Beach State, traditionally not a bad program, struggling a little bit this year. What do you want to do? Make them struggle. And offensively, and look, it was a scoreless game, by the way, Long Beach State, first 2 innings were scoreless. Long Beach State got 1 in the top of the 3rd. ASU answered with 2 in the bottom of the 5th, 7 in the bottom of the 6th, and then 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Derek Schaefer got the start. He went 3 innings, and I was so stoked, again, listening to this last night, because unfortunately, I think I told you I couldn't be there last night, but I will be there tonight. But just in listening to it, I mean, Derek Schaefer, 3 innings pitched, just gave up 3 hits, 1 run, it was earned, but 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. All right. We will take that. We will take that. But Derek Schaefer, again, getting the start, throwing well. Derek Schaefer, again, the 3 innings. And then Jonah Giblin got the win. He's now 6-2. He took the next 3 innings. No hits, no runs, 4 Ks, 2 walks. And then Cole Carlone came in, shut it down again. No hits, no runs, 2 Ks for him as well, and 2 walks. No guy threw over – Derek Schaefer threw the most. He threw 47 pitches. Both Giblin and Carlone only threw 37 pitches in this, again, 8-inning game. In this 8-inning game that they won. So, 8 strikeouts to 6 walks. You're like, okay, but again, now we look at the offense last night, my friends, and Landon Harrison, 3 for 4 last night with a walk, a run scored, an RBI. Matt King, oh man, he only hit 400 last night, guys. He was 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs, though, 1 run scored. Jacob Tobias, 2 for 4 with the run scored. Keegan Vu was 0 for 2, but he drew 2 walks, and he started to do a lot of that last year, too. I don't know if it was exactly around this time. I mean, Brandon Compton obviously drew a ton of walks last year, as did Tobias, but Keegan Vu last year, and I'll go back and look, but guys, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps, you remember this. He definitely drew a lot of walks. But Keegan Vu would have to look at it, But I have to go back and look. But I'm pretty sure around this. He got on a hot streak. Obviously, last year he played his way into the lineup. Coach Bloomquist, again, not going back down that rabbit hole, but talking about last year how it made it tough not to have him in the lineup hitting. And Kyson Vu, 0 for 2 last night, but he did score 2 runs, and of course he scored those because he drew 2 walks. Nuke Contradas was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Brandon Compton was 0 for 2. Only had 2 at bats. Oh, well, and then Jax Ryan came in and he was 1 for 1. He drew a walk as well. Brody Briggs 1 for 4. But yeah, I mean, you look at this, 14 of 35 from the plate last night. Said 11 runs scored. And yeah, I mean, only 1 left on base. But oh, by the way, Jax Ryan, he did hit a dinger, and so did Isaiah Jackson again last night. So yeah, this team now 29-16, my friends, looking for the magic 30 tonight. But yeah, I mean, it's just the bat, my friends. The bat is getting past. It is absolutely getting past. Passing the stick on, like Coach Bloomquist says. And this is the thing. I mean, defensively, too, because you heard it when, when I played the sound Monday of the guys after, the 6 home runs in an inning, 8 home runs in the game. Jackson and Briggs went back-to-back twice, 8 and 9 hole. Like, Isaiah Jackson said it, and again, he might not be far off because it may have happened. I mean, in the history of baseball overall, like college or pro, but the 8 and 9 hitters going back-to-back, well, maybe once, but twice, I think he's onto something. I will try and effort that because there's a lot of people that know where to find this crazy, insane, phenomenal stats like that faster than I. But, guys, this team defensively, I know we're talking about the hitting and complimentary, but, man, I mean, how strong they are with, whether Jax Ryan's at short or Matt King, obviously not moving, but Kyle Walker, who he was 1 for 5 last night in the leadoff. But I mean, again, tough night, but for the most part, I mean, and when we look at think about this, guys. Think about this. So right now, Matt King, who, like I said, and please, like I said to Keith Abney yesterday, obviously I'm speaking, not tweeting, you get my sarcasm, only hit 400 last night, but Matt King is at 415. His OPS is over 1,000. It's 1.108. And Kyson Vu, who's, again, in the lineup, getting more and more at-bats, his is at 1.071. But Matt King, 415, my friends. Kyle Walker, 353. Kyson Vu, 344. Tobias, 309. Contradas, 306. Isaiah Jackson, remember just last week he was in at 285, 288. Now he is up to 299. Brandon Compton at 264. This young man has drawn. Well, he still leads the team in walks, guys, by 33. Landon Harrison has drawn 30. Again, it's that attacking patience, and sometimes, and I'm, Mr. Hulk Smash. I'm not saying Brandon Compton's in the slump, but again, it's being patient, taking walks, taking bases, guys driving you in. But yeah, leading the team with 33 walks this season. Like I said, Harrison has 30, and both. Harrison has 30. Nuke Contradas has 28, and both Jacob Tobias and Kyle Walker have 22 walks. So, I mean, this is a team that's drawn 211 walks, 211 free bases, and they don't count as official at-bats, but you do count those as total bases. And if they score a run, it's a run scored. I know, guys. I know baseball. You baseball purists are just saying, just deal with it. Till this day, you can hit me up in the comments at Diablo00 on X as well. It is the dumbest rule. It should count as an official at-bat. You got on base. You got walked. If you get hit by a pitch, it says HBP. Doesn't count as a walk either. It's a hit by pitch. So inevitably, it is an official at-bat. okay, we're going to get off that because this team, I don't care. Again, of course, we want them to hit, but you keep getting on base. And, I say that because, like I said, Brandon Compton, at 264. So him and Isaiah Jackson, who is like literally like, just an eyelash under 300 at 299, is right there. So, I mean, you have 7 out of 8 guys batting, or 6 out of 8 over 300. Isaiah Jackson could be over 300 tonight, and Brandon Compton. I mean, again, it's walks, and he could go 5 for 5 tonight and be back up to 285, 290. I'm trying to do a quick in it there, but anyway, but defensively, that's what I'm talking about too, because Isaiah Jackson obviously has been a beast in center field. And then Landon Harrison, was in left field. Brandon Compton DH last night. Brandon Compton's played very well in left field as well. So getting both of those bats, you can do that in the lineup. Kian Vu back in right field, as we've seen. So again, it's just the options Coach Bloomquist has and what they have done. And I mean, look, Kian Vu getting banged up, but you heard him the other night, just getting back to after the Saturday night, after the sweep of BYU, getting back to, baseball legs under him and feeling more and more comfortable. Obviously, they're not going to put him out there if he's not ready and not comfortable. So that in and of itself, very, very, very awesome. So baseball again tonight, 6:30. And see if, again, they can get the 30th win of the season as, again, final stretch as they charge into the post Big 12 tournament and looking for, regionals. And starting Monday, May 5th, NCAA regionals out at Gold Canyon for women's golf, who, again, in the Big 12 championships was tied for first. That team down south won it by 1 stroke in a playoff. I mean, ASU did have to charge. They charged back. They were in 7th after the first round. Just remember that. These five phenomenal Sun Devil women's golfers were at 7th after the first round, and then 6th, and then charged down the final stretch, and they ended up tied for first. And in the playoff, that team down south won the Big 12 championship by 1 shot. Still phenomenal year. Tip your cap to them, to that team down south. But for the Sun Devil women, and you guys saw it at the Ping Invitational, I mean, getting to talk to Patience Rhodes and Isla O'Brien McDonald, like getting to talk to her, like, and then Patience Rhodes and Beth Coulter both going out, to the Masters and going out that, and then obviously and then Jose Ballester on the Mets side going out to the Masters and missing the cut, but again, playing with, the world number 1 and the world number 7, even though, you're the amateur champion, but here you go from 2024, you're the amateur champion and you get number 1 and number 7 in the world. But hey, gotta raise your game, right? And he did. I mean, it was, again, not making the cut, but he's showing that he definitely has there are shots that he can make and pull off. But for the women though, May 5th, 6th, 7th, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week out at Gold Canyon. Yes, a little bit of a jaunt for those, but again, go check it out. Get out one of the days. Absolutely awesome. Get out all 3. Hey, but we will be talking about that more. That's what they have going on the men's golf side. They finished, by the way, I know I mentioned it because I put it in the post, but they did finish second in the Big 12 championships. They were first after round 1. They were second after round 2, and they finished second last Thursday. So, yes, I mean, both teams right there on the heels of they were on the heels of both bringing home championships. But you look at that, I mean, it was Oklahoma State who, again, is having traditionally has been good anyway, but yeah, having one hell of a season. They were the only team that finished under par. They were the only teams that finished under par. They were the only team at 2 under. And they're the 4th ranked team in the country. The Sun Devils ranked 5th. They finished at 9 over. But then Texas Tech was 28 over. So, yeah, it was a 2-team race. And Oklahoma State, hey, you know what? Pulled away in the end. But this team that Coach Thurman has, just like Coach Missy Farquet, look, they have the shots in the bag. They have the tricks, as we all say, to pull off regionals, because for the men now they had the Big 12, and then their regionals are a week from Monday. So, and that's, well, it still says TBD. So I'm going to reach out and find out if they've decided where the TBD is. But May 12th, 13th, and 14th, NCAA regionals for the men, and then the NCAA championships stroke play is May 23rd through 26th. Match play is May 27th and May 28th. So all in Carlsbad, California. We know where that's at. So, but yes, that is what's going on. So, hey, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, I didn't even get to that, but I mentioned it yesterday, and I actually did mention it off the top. Kyson Brown, running back from our beautiful Sun Devil squad, is going to be joining us. Had obviously a very good spring, very solid contributing season last year. But obviously we'll talk to him about, it's being around Cam Scadaboo, seeing the work ethic, but being able to contribute when he needed to, all that good stuff. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, Kyson Brown joining us here on Pitchfork Lunch.
KSRN has an inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
Are you good? For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean Connery.
Bird Gang, I know it's another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending a message out to the world.
Always relaying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network. KSRN has the inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
Are you good?
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird Gang, I know it's another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending a message out to the world.
Always relaying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network. KSRN has the inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
Are you good?
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird Gang, I know it's another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending a message out to the world.
Always relaying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is
Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer First Solutions. Customer First is your one-stop shop for all home repairs, from full interior and exterior painting to handyman services, drywall repair, electrical, and plumbing. Customer First has the most competitive prices in the Valley. Your flat rate quote is based on the square footage of your home, and that includes wall repair. All Customer First technicians are licensed, bonded, and fully background checked for your assurance. Call or text Customer First Solutions at 480-877-0255 for your free quote. Customer First Solutions, where our customers and their homes are our first priority. Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer First Solutions. Customer First is your one-stop shop for all home repairs, from full interior and exterior painting to handyman services, drywall repair, electrical, and plumbing. Customer First has the most competitive prices in the Valley. Your flat rate quote is based on the square footage of your home, and that includes wall repair. All Customer First technicians are licensed, bonded, and fully background checked for your assurance. Call or text Customer First Solutions at 480-877-0255 for your free quote. Customer First Solutions, where our customers and their homes are our first priority. Got a That big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it?
KSRN has an inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
Are you good?
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird gang, I know it's another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending a message out to the world.
Always relaying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network. KSRN has an inside track on all things sports. Topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday. For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Wednesday night with Casual E and Sean
You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona. You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona.
Yes, for those of you listening on the Casual Sports Radio Network, it is the greatest internet radio station on the web. I am Michael Caratanudo at Diablo00 on X, or somebody known as the Twitter. See you live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, Michael.Caratanudo.5. The YouTube channel, subscribe away because you're going to miss another phenomenal con review right here at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away. Also, www.ksrnaz.com. So, yes, let's get right back into it. Like I said, the man joining us next. Again, a little bit of my email loves me, and at least he's patient enough to tolerate my email. But we got him here. The running back had a phenomenal had a solid season last year, but a phenomenal spring, getting ready for the fall because there truly is no time off. But Kyson Sip Brown joining me. Kyson, man, thanks so much for making your debut here on my Ultimate Homer show and Pitchfork Lunch, man. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Good for you to have me on.
So, I mean, I talked to Keith yesterday, and I was saying, man, I mean, from this spring to last spring, you guys kind of go from like you're hunting. You knew you had talent in the building, but what was just the biggest difference, maybe practice-wise or atmosphere-wise, from this spring to last spring for you?
For me personally, I just feel like just the comfortability, just being more fluid with the game, just the speed of it, just slowing it down for myself. I feel like last spring I was kind of trying to like you said, I was like trying to hunt, you know what I'm saying? So now I feel like more so the hunted and just slowing the game down for myself and just, in that aspect of the game. I can't hear you.
Shouldn't have hit the mute button. Oh, my goodness. I was going to say, you bring up a great point there. Just like, when you hear players, especially in football, say like slowing the game down because everybody's like, oh, tempo, pace. But from that aspect, when that happens, I mean, I guess it's almost kind of like, for Coach Iguano to see for all your running backs, just kind of that light go on. And without giving away too many secrets of your trade, because we don't want to give them away to everybody out there. But how do you slow the game down? How does that, I mean, obviously with practice and reps, I get it, but how does it slow down to where you can actually be very sped up and very effective?
It's just more so just your eyes as far as like as a running back in the backfield, like your eyes can help you in your path and can help you just seeing lanes faster and actually pressing it more and just, finding that lane. Just for me, that's something that's been big on me, just having my eyes right and, making my right reads. And that's just something Coach Aguano has taught me just, over the time that I've been here. And that's something I feel like I've gotten a lot better at for sure.
Awesome. And, I wanted to, because you mentioned Coach Aguano. And I mean, I know I've told you before. I mean, I've obviously known him for years when he was coaching, at the high school level, and just to see what he's done with the running backs there. But he takes over as an interim coach, and which, nobody takes over because anybody's winning, as you know. But he takes over as an interim coach, and then obviously Coach Dillingham gets hired. What did it mean to you to see for Coach Dillingham, even in this opening presser, to be like, is anybody going to ask me if I'm retaining Coach Aguano? But just for Coach Aguano to stay and you get to work with obviously, good players, but from the Coach Aguano, I know obviously caring about you guys as people and developing you, not just as players, but as young men. But how big was it to have Coach Aguano, Coach Dillingham say that, and for you to get to work with Coach Aguano?
Yeah, it was good just hearing that Coach Aguano was still going to be on board. Coach Aguano's been a great guy in my life. I would say as far as the decision I made to come here is probably one of the best decisions I made, just as far as the mentorship, just on the field and off the field. I've learned a lot of things from him. He's a great man. He's a great husband. He's a great father. And, it's just the little things that he teaches me about just being a man and just, being a man of your word and stuff like that, that just takes it further than that coach and that player relationship. It's almost like, almost in a father-figure way.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you talk about relationships. And I know last year I had asked you and even Coach Aguano, in the running back room, can less be more? And, everybody thinks, oh, you need a bell cow. But with what Cam did, and even when you came in as effective as you were, how fun for the people that obviously see it from the outside when, obviously it's hard work. It looks fun. But how fun was it working with Cam? And I'm sure you guys, because I know he might like to talk a little bit of trash. I'm sure that running back room, and I know you can't tell us all of it, but I'm sure that running back room was a little fun last year. You and Cam talking a little bit of trash to each other and everybody else, right?
Nah, it was fun. I mean, just that emotion that you see on the field, just know he has that same emotion every day. So he's the same type of guy on and off the field. But I mean, yeah, it was fun being in that room. We had a lot of laughs, we had a lot of banter, but it was fun. That room we had was a collection of guys that have many different personalities, and Scott for sure just made that room what it was. And last year was fun, and but I think this year we have a great collection of guys also, a lot of personality between us back. So it was great having Scott in that room for sure. Yo, Mike, I can't hear you.
Yeah, the way you guys played off each other too, and like I said, I mean, he's getting carries, and as a competitor, and I know you appreciate this, even though I know you want to get out there, but he doesn't want to come out; he wants to just keep going. But talk to the people out there, because again, running back to me, and I mean, receivers kind of similar, but to me, running back is okay. You got a guy going, and then you come in, and you're still effective. What's the mindset for you like that? Like, yeah, you're going to get touches, maybe not as much as you want, but at the same time, everybody's helping the team. Like you said, it's a team sport, but just your mindset, because man, I remember that screen pass you took last year. All of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, he's in the game. And I'm like, oh wait, there's the ball. And there you go.
Yeah. I think just the mindset on that is just really taking advantage of your opportunities, making the most of your chances, really just knowing that, the rotation would be just around having fresh legs and just getting the best guy out there at the moment for the time or for the situation. So just knowing that whenever your name is called, just make that play and take it to the house if I can. For real.
Man, you definitely can. Let me ask you this too, Kyson, because how sick, and I know, look, coach is right, because you can only, and again, another saying that became cliche in sports is you can only control what you can control. How you practice, how you adjust, how you play, how you adjust, all that stuff. And that's understandable. But from the outside, and like I said, my Pitchfork Lunch show it's a Homer show. Yes, I know not everything is rainbows and unicorns. Sometimes you got to talk about not, fun things, and teams might be struggling this or that. But how sick and tired last year, even though I know you're not trying to listen to it, but as the end of the season's coming, the Big 12 championship, you win that. How sick and tired were you of hearing that, oh, it's a nice little cute story about ASU, but basically you really don't belong in the college football playoff? How tired of you were that? And you guys as a team?
I mean, as a team, like, you're here and then you just hear it, and it's like people still don't respect you. Like, it's like we did all this hard work, and we've proven week by week that, who we are, and it just motivates you even more in practice. Like, it gives you that drive, it gives you that anger that you need in order to play the game that we need to. Like, that's what it really was. Like, for me, it was more so slap in the face, almost as if I'm not good enough, or we were not good enough, or the efforts that we had made didn't matter. So I think that was something we used week by week as a team collectively, just to go out and prove the haters and the naysayers over and over again.
Yeah, because, I mean, as an athlete, look, and that's why I ask it to you, because being in the media, it's one thing. And two things I will tell you, Kyson, that I've always hated is preseason rankings. And I base it off of, and I tell people this when I started the show last year, that, and people when I've done radio know I hate preseason rankings. Even if my alma mater, you phenomenal guys, are ranked number one preseason, my theory is, it means nothing. Like, it means not because I'm taking away from your talent and your guys' skill, but you're basing a lot of it on what last year's team did. Yes, players coming back, but I always could not stand preseason rankings from the time I think I was like 5. But that being said, when you look at kind of like being the hunters, right? You're hunting this year. And again, as competitors, and I've talked to a few of your teammates, there's no way coaches and teams weren't preparing for you guys last year, or preseason, like, oh, we don't have to prepare for ASU. You're going to get punched in the mouth. You don't prepare for anybody, as you know. But now that you guys are still hunting, but you're still hunting, but people are hunting after you, how much more juice do you feel that gives you?
I feel like that narrative of being the hunted is just for the people outside of us. I mean, we still feel like we're hunting, and for sure, like, that's the narrative around the locker room. Like, we're hunting, we're the ones trying to stay on top. But of course, I mean, after the season we had, people are going to say, like, what they want to say about us, but we're still taking that mindset of hunting. We're trying to do big things. We're trying to, take this thing far. So, I mean, as far as the mindset, especially for this group of guys, because we feel like we're a new team, so nobody knows, where we sit. So it's a whole new team, a whole new, like, it's not the same team as last year, and we understand that as a team.
And as a team, I know you understand, like, of course, like, last year was last year, and when you're in spring ball and you're practicing, but of course you obviously embrace winning the Big 12 championship, being the champions. But I asked Keith this too. Do you never want to hear "We Are the Champions" ever again because of what Coach Dillingham did the first 3 days of practice?
I hate that song. I absolutely hate it. I hated it from the jump. Like, I not the song itself, but just the psychological thing he was trying to do. Like, it was just something that got old really fast, and I'm glad like towards the end of the spring he stopped playing it, because it was starting to get on a lot of our nerves, for sure.
Yeah, Keith pretty much said the same thing. He said, if I never have to hear that song again, I'll be okay with it. And I get what he's doing, and I know you do, you guys do too, and as the leaders. Let me ask you this, leadership wise. I mean, the fun stuff, like going out to obviously getting the whole team out there. I mean, I know Coach obviously Dillingham, the Pat Tillman Leadership Council. But, man, being a part of Pat's run and just what it means to the history of ASU. But for you guys to go hang out, and I saw you obviously, being there with the kids and all those kids' big, bright eyes, like seeing you guys there with them. But, like, just talk to my fans about that. Like, just how cool is it to be a part of it? And I mean, what do you take away from it personally?
So that was my first time actually like running in the pass run with the little kids. Of course, it was a unique experience for sure. It was just good to see like how much people support us and how many people come out, and like just it was good to see just like the Sun Devil Nation, the Sun Devil fans just coming together like that community feeling. I enjoyed that really a lot. And the kids too. It was just good to see the kids and interact with the kids. It was something that I didn't think that I needed, but it was something that I did need. Just just to feel that love from the community and just share experiences, share conversations with the community. It was a really great experience that I had. And man, it was good to have the team there too. So I think it was a great experience for sure.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, because I don't know if it was when you took off with one of the groups, but I saw one kid next to you take off, and he's trying to say, "I can run with you, big guy."
I actually ran for about I ran for about 50 meters, like fully running for about 50 meters. But yeah, it was fun. Those kids were very competitive, and it was good to be out there.
Yeah, and like I said, the one thing I've always taken from Pat's run, like I said, being an ASU alum and being a little seasoned, but being at ASU when Pat Tillman was there, is just with the statue that's in the stadium when they decided to go with the Tillman statue a while back. I've always loved just like seeing little kids, and you always you think people say it, but kids ask, hey, hey, mom, dad, what's this statue? And to me, like, that's the awesome part of it, to keep his legacy going on, for parents to explain it to their kids. So I mean, yeah, that part I love. Let me ask you this too, because spring ball is kind of fun, but do you think that that your wonderful teammate who will let you know that yes, he's an athlete and he can play offense, with the catches he made, Clayton Smith might get some red zone packages on offense, Kyson?
Yeah, the way he was doing some of those things in practice, I mean, it's possible we might see a Clay package in offense sometime in the season. I wouldn't be surprised on seeing those catches he made and just his fluidness and just route running. It seemed really natural. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he did get a package in some game.
Well, hey, I mean, look, he and I know you know this, but I've told everybody he lets everybody know that he can. He lets everybody know if needed he could do it. But hey, also the whole Texas to Tempe is huge, and I asked Keith this too, because I've had CJ on the show a few times, and CJ's got it's his dog technically. His dad was kind enough to tell me that, and he sends me pictures of Tank. So the whole Texas to Tempe movement, I was hoping I could get you on board with Tank to Tempe or Tank to Camp T, because I got to do a sit down with CJ and Tank, but there's always excuses why his dog's not here. Have you had conversations with CJ about getting Tank out here?
I've never even met his dog ever. Tank.
Well, I hope we can get you part of the movement to pressure his parents to get Tank out here.
Tank to Tempe, man. Get him out here. Sure.
Hey, let me ask you this too. I mentioned Clayton because I know throughout the years talking these last few seasons talking to Clayton, obviously he's a big outdoorsy snakes guy. Are you one of the guys that would go with him looking for snakes?
I'm not one of those guys to go looking for no snakes, no rodents, none of those things like that. We had a crazy experience up in Camp T. I don't know what type of spider it was. It might be in the tarantula, but the spider was almost as big as the palm of my hand. And
it was in the cabin?
Yeah, it was roaming around outside the cabins, and yeah, that was something I barely went to sleep that night for real. So, yeah, I'm not the type to go looking around for rodents and snakes and stuff like that.
Yeah, Keith and I said the same thing. They can be beautiful creatures, Kyson, but they can be beautiful creatures from half a mile away, and I'm okay with that.
They can be beautiful creatures from my phone. I can just look at them.
Exactly. Yeah. Clayton's like, yeah, nobody ever wants to go. I'm like, I wonder why. Well, hey, man, Kyson, look, obviously a phenomenal spring. Thank you so much again for jumping on. Hey, real quick, what do you got? I know it's still not technically an off season, but I know you got a little bit of break before you guys hit back for the summer. Like I asked Keith, what are your plans, man? Going home, hanging out? What's the scoop?
I'm gonna go home to Dallas for a while, probably a week or so, and then I'm gonna head out to my sister's graduation down in Mississippi. So I gotta go back to both of my homes and just visit some family, take some time off, and just really enjoy the time off before we hit it again. Because when we hit it again, I know it's gonna be we're gonna be on the road. So yeah, just waiting for that.
Well, that's awesome, man. Like I said, and we know, like I said to Keith, we know you'll be working out, but like his mom, you talk about your sister's graduation. Pass along my congratulations to her. That's awesome. Keith told me yesterday his mom's getting a PhD, and I'm like, oh, so she probably reminds you that like you get your smarts from her since you're in the honors college. But that's awesome. A little relaxation, a little family. Hey, you've definitely earned it. But like I said, hey, thanks for jumping in. I will look forward to seeing you at fall camp and up at Camp T when we get Tank up there and we can all sit down and have an interview with Tank.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for going, for sure.
Oh, absolutely, man. Making your Pitchfork Lunch debut. That is Kyson Sip Brown, guys. And yes, we will see him this fall. But hey, thanks for jumping in, man, and we'll catch up soon.
Yep, go Devils, man.
Oh, that is awesome, man. Love when those guys are able to jump in. Absolutely phenomenal. So, hey, I'm going to take a quick break. We'll talk baseball real quick when we get back, and then wrap it up for Wednesday. But that was Kyson Brown. We'll wrap up his interview as well. But, yeah, quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
KSRN has an inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use it.
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird Gang, I know it's another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending a message out to the world.
Always relaying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at CasaForChildren.org.
You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona.
Yes, for those listening on the Casual Sports Radio Network, it is the greatest internet radio station on the web. I am Michael Caratino at Diablo00 on X, artist formerly known as the Twitter, as you know. See Pitchfork Lunch live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, Michael.Caratino.5, and the YouTube channel at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube. And subscribe. As again, you just missed a great convo with Kyson Sip Brown, Sun Devil running back again, back from last year. Talking about playing with Cam Scattaboo, just the team, everything, working with Coach Iguano. Again, we didn't get to everything, but we got to a lot, and it worked out well. And yeah, so forks up to Kyson for joining us again. Joining the Pitchfork Lunch family. So, hey, baseball tonight, though, guys, 6:30 p.m. at Phoenix Municipal Stadium. And the Devils looking to take the both games over Long Beach State. They won 11-1 in 8 innings last night, 6:30 p.m. I will be out at Phoenix Muni. Hit me up. If you're going to be out there, drop me a line on X, anything, my IG, drop me a line. Let me know. Hit me up. But yes, 6:30 tonight. We'll see, again, probably another bullpen game. We'll see who comes out. But we'll see what this offense can keep doing, too, because, again, it's just becoming consistent. And, again, the quality at-bats. And I know Coach Bloomquist says the guys have been there, but watching the games, being out there for it, again, one of the toughest things in baseball. And, again, the patience, like I said, they all have it because they all draw walks. But Brandon Compton, again, to me, the leader that even like I said, lead the team with 33 walks. Landon Harrison is right there with 30 key and Boots up there. Jacob Tobias, like Kyle Walker. Like, again, it's guys that to be aggressive, but just be smart. The smart at-bats that Coach talks about and they're getting. So, but anyway, it's going to wrap it up for Mike by Mike with Days at Hump Day. Woo, woo. Yep. As you know, that's for my mama. Excuse me. That's for my mama. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hey, another guest probably coming up, but hey, you're gonna have to tune in to find out. But I'll let you know. You guys know I'll let you know. So just like reigning Big 12 women's volleyball champs say, hashtag our state, as they reminded me, hashtag our state, because it is. And yes, you guys know that. But I will see you tomorrow. And as always, you know it, guys. Go Devils. And forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call. Blank fake. Plummer will put it up. Throws over the middle. Touchdown. Great flag.
That's a way. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down. He scored.
Come from behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. But a downfield. They won't get it. Wow.
Edwards pulls